as the center kid, sitting between the Lite and Pro models. The normal Oppo Find X5 is not entirely obvious. Indeed, even Oppo itself devoted only 4 pages to the phone in its commentator's aid, contrasted with north of 40 for the Pro. In all honesty, the Find X5 is so comparative and offers so large numbers of the Pro's highlights that it didn't warrant rehashing a similar ground. On the other hand, while Oppo would like you to believe it's basically indistinguishable, however less expensive, there are numerous unpretentious contrasts that mean it is a seriously unique phone in general. The inquiry is it a preferable purchase over the Xiaomi 12 or Galaxy S22? Ostensibly it is, however, to make sense of why, how about we dive into the detail? Design and fabricate. Matte glass back. No IP rating. Gorilla Glass Victus on display. On the off chance that you knew all about the Find X5 Pro, the X5 looks for the most part indistinguishable. It has a similar idiosyncratic 75° natural bend underneath the camera module, yet beside the unmistakable design, this offers no useful advantage. Significantly, the shortfall of clay implies it's 22 grams lighter, acquiring it under 200 grams. Sadly, there's no IP rating. Likewise with the Pro. Importance: there's no assurance that it'll be protected assuming it gets wet. You truly do in any case get a similar extreme Gorilla Glass Victus protecting the screen, and a similar Oppo Hasselblad, and fueled by Merry Silicon logos which, as my partner Dom noted in his X5 Pro survey, degrade to some degree from the design. Basically, the administrative phrasing and logos aren't effectively apparent on the dark adaptation I was sent for survey. Display and sound. 655 in AMOLED screen. 120Hz refresh rate. Great sound system speakers. You'd be excused for not seeing, however, the Find X5's display is somewhat more modest than the Pro's. However, it isn't simply size. The goal and the basic tech are different as well. Where the Pro has a WQHD plus LTPO board, the ordinary X5 utilizes a lower goal FHD plus LTPS display. Set forth plainly, it implies the X5 doesn't uphold variable refresh rate, and accordingly can't assist with rationing power as the Pro's screen can. However, it has a similar pinnacle 120Hz refresh rate. While the 2400 by 1080 goal is ostensibly frustrating costing this much, it's really a non-issue in reality. What's more, since this is as yet a 120Hz AMOLED screen, equipped for 1000 nits of splendor, it looks perfect in pretty much any circumstance with the exception of direct daylight. Colors are lively, seeing points great. And particularly when you watch HDR content, contrast is amazing. The sound system speakers seem, by all accounts, to be indistinguishable from the Pro's, meaning the X5 is perfect for watching recordings and messing around. Normally, there's no 3.5mm jack as the assumption is that you'll utilize Bluetooth headphones. There's help for aptX HD as well, yet you could purchase a USB-C to mini jack connector in the event that you favor your current wired headphones. Specs and execution. Snapdragon 888 chipset, 8GB Smash and 256GB stockpiling. Double SIM 5G. Up to this point, cost-cutting measures incorporate an absence of water obstruction and lower goal screen, yet there are others. Rather than the most recent 8 Gen 1 processor, X5 proprietors should manage with last year's Snapdragon 888 and just 8GB of Smash. As a matter of fact, this isn't a weight by any means, as execution is practically undefined from the X5 Pro. Halfway, that is a direct result of the lower goal. Yet it implies the Find X5 feels like a leader phone to utilize. Maybe the 888's limits will become more clear in future. Yet with current benchmarks, it doesn't linger behind by any stretch of the imagination. It even stays aware of the 8 Gen 1 scores and Geekbench 5. Like the Pro, there's just a single model, and it accompanies 256GB of inner stockpiling. The double SIM plate will not acknowledge any kind of card-based capacity, so it's basically impossible to locally develop it. Availability, then, at that point, is indistinguishable from the X5 Pro with a similar 5G help, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2 and NFC. Battery and charging. 4800 mAh battery. 80W wired charging. 30W remote charging. Battery limit generally you'd anticipate from a cutting-edge lead-level phone. And it comes from 2 separate inner batteries. Not that this reality has any effect at all to battery duration. With typical use, you'll traverse a day yet not significantly more. Camera and video. 50MP principal and ultra-wide cameras. 13MP 2x fax. 32MP poke hole selfie camera. With just minor contrasts between the cameras on the Find X5 and X5 Pro, having comparable photography and video capacities at a lower cost is one of the X5's primary attractions. No, you don't get the 5 hub OIS for the principal camera, and the 32MP selfie camera has a lesser Sony sensor and a focal point with a smaller field of view. However, in any case, The arrangement is similar between the two phones, including that new Mary Silicon X Brain processor. In this way, it's nothing unexpected that the Find X5 conveyed phenomenal photographs in great light. They're sharp and point by point, with solid openness and variety, and that applies to each of the 3 cameras, software and updates. Android 12 with ColorOS 12.1. 3 Android operating system updates. The Oppo Find X5 accompanies Android 12 and Oppo's ColorOS 12.1, which holds a genuinely standard Android look and feel. Without messing with settings, you can swipe up from the base to get to the application cabinet. Swipe right from the home screen to see your Google Find feed, and down from the top for the warning plate. Obviously, you can alter and change everything however much you might want, including what's displayed on the consistently on screen. There's even a tomfoolery highlight, where you can pick a picture, for example, a selfie, and generate an animation-style diagram to be displayed on that generally on display.